Alright guys, I can go a whole lot of different directions with this video. So I'm probably not going to cover everything. I'm going to try to make it as brief as possible. But basically I want to talk about, as you can see in the title, championships are a team accomplishment. And I couldn't agree more. You know, you can't win a championship without your teammates. Ask Michael Jordan that, Bill Russell, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, all the greatest players of all time, the 50 greatest players. Anybody that's won a championship will tell you you can't win a title without your teammates. That's just the bottom line here. But let's get into some specifics now. Now I want to specifically talk about LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. This is what this all comes down to, folks. When it comes to team accomplishments, this is what all the arguments over on the internet. You know, I got people sending me messages and leaving me comments, mostly messages, about championships are team accomplishment. Every time I do a video, whether it's pro LeBron, pro Kobe, whatever it is, people throw up the championships are a team accomplishment. So basically they're saying, I guess that doesn't count towards their individual accolades, and the team won the championship and that player just happened to be a part of that team. Well, it depends how you look at it. Now let's look at some players for examples. Now let's take Derek Fisher as a point guard versus John Stockton. Now I know a championship is very important to a player, okay? Very important. But do you think I'm going to be an idiot and say Derek Fisher has a better career than John Stockton? Nope, I'm not saying that. Do you think I'm saying Robert Horry, with his 7 championships, are better than Karl Malone at the power forward position? Not even close. Even though Robert Horry was a great contributor, one of the greatest clutch shooters of all time, you know, he couldn't hold Karl Malone's jockstrap. I'm not an idiot here, okay? Here's what I talk about when I'm talking about players, how many championships they won. As one of the leaders or the leader of the team, okay? And I'm talking about a major contributor, a Hall of Famer, all-star, superstar player. Now here's the knock on Kobe Bryant. This is what people say about Kobe. Now folks, let me tell you where I'm coming from before I get into this. LeBron James is my favorite player. I know I diss him and I go off on him because I got a love-hate relationship with LeBron. But LeBron's my favorite player. My all-time favorite player is Jordan. My third all-time favorite player is Kobe. And second is LeBron. And fourth is Shaq. LeBron James is the greatest player in the NBA today. So let me get back to Kobe. Now, the argument the people that don't like Kobe say is that championships are a team accomplishment. The 5 titles he won, 3 of them he did it basically riding Shaq's coattails, and 2 of them he was kind of the leader. Depends on who you ask. You know, he still had Paul Gasol and all these great players on the team. Let me tell you guys something, all right? Magic Johnson had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He had James Worthy. He had all those players. He's still considered one of the greatest players of all time, top 10, and the greatest point guard of all time by many. You think he would have won a championship without Kareem and James Worthy and all the players he had? No, he wouldn't have. If he had just a bunch of bums, I'm saying, he probably wouldn't have won a championship. It's the same thing with Kobe Bryant. Now, arguably, Magic Johnson was not the best player on the team the first few championships. He wasn't. Now, I'm not comparing Magic to Kobe Bryant here, folks. I'm not saying that. But I just want to put it in perspective here. All right, and I'm gonna make a video about perspective too, so stay tuned for that. But Kobe Bryant was one of the leaders on the team, folks. I never forget this. It was in the year 2000, the year the Lakers and the Portland Trail Blazers went to the NBA Finals. I mean Western Conference Finals, and it was a Sports Illustrated cover, and it said "Too Deep." It said it twice. Now I think the cover was split down the middle, and it had Kobe and Shaq on one side, and it had Portland Trailblazers on the other side. Now, there's 3 different ways to say 2. You can say 2-0, meaning like also. You can say 2W, which means number 2, or TOO, as mean too many, like there's a lot of it. Well, on the Kobe and Shaq side, it said too deep, TWO, and on the Portland side, it said TOO deep, meaning they had a lot of players. So basically what they're saying is it was Shaq and Kobe's team. It depends on who you ask. Now, of course, because the NBA is dominated by centers, if you have a dominant center, that's what the NBA has been for many years, except Michael Jordan broke that. You know, Shaq was probably the best player, but Kobe was right there with him, folks. It's not like, and I'm talking to the people that really didn't watch these finals, and people are saying that Kobe got carried. Kobe did not get carried in them finals. I don't give a damn what them stats say. I watched those games. And Kobe went off against the Pacers. He went off against the Nets. He went off against all the teams he beat in the finals. I don't care what they say. Even the 76ers. Now, did Shaq do his thing? Of course he did. Shaq had a mismatch every single night back in those days. He was the most dominant player in the NBA. That's not Kobe's fault. But Kobe was still an all-star starter back then, folks. I don't know if you guys know this or not. He was a superstar player. He was a marquee player. It's not like this guy was Robert Horry or Derek Fisher or Devin George or Rick Fox or something like that. This dude was the main man along with Shaq on those teams. Now let's take LeBron James. Now here's LeBron James' arguments. He didn't have anybody in Cleveland. You know, it depends on how you look at it. Didn't have anybody. I guess you mean by all-stars. Well, you know, I'm not going to get into that. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. You know, he did have Mo Williams, but, you know, is that really an all-star? He was a kind of an all-star by default. I think Jameer Nelson got hurt or something like that. But basically, LeBron James could not win a championship until he got, you know, to the Miami Heat. You know, and with Dwayne Wade, he didn't win a championship until then. I'm not dissing LeBron when I'm saying that, and I'm not boosting up Kobe when I'm saying that. I'm just stating the facts that LeBron James did not win a championship until he got some great players around him. And it's the truth. You cannot win a championship without great players and a great coaching staff and things like that. So LeBron James had a lot of help. He was the best player on the team. He was the Finals MVP, and I think he'll continue being the best player on the team and winning championships and things like that. So is championship a team accomplishment? Of course it is. But when you compare superstar, Hall of Fame, greatest of all time, top 15 players, then you have to say, you know, MVPs, championships, and things like that. But championships are most important. For some reason, people think that defensive player of the years, scoring titles, and MVPs are more important. Let me explain something to you folks, for you stat boys out here. LeBron James had a chance last night to keep his 30-point with 60% shooting going. He took a three-pointer about 4 feet outside the three-point line. Now, let me tell you something. LeBron knows his stats, and he missed it. He missed that shot, and that caused him to end his streak. You know what LeBron said at the end of the game? I know you know what he said. He said, I don't care about those stats. All I want to do is win. That's what all NBA players want to do, is win. And when they mean by win, not just regular season games, not just playoffs, not just playoff series. They want to win the NBA Finals, and they want to win a championship. And that's what it's all about to most people. But when you compare players, and the people that love Kobe or hate LeBron or vice versa, they'll throw in the team accomplishment stat if they don't like Kobe. That's what they do. If somebody doesn't like Kobe, they'll throw the fact that, oh, well, championships are a team accomplishment. Those 5 championships, yeah, he's a great player, but he had help. So did LeBron James. LeBron James has never won a championship by himself. No player has ever won a championship by itself. So, is championships a team accomplishment? Once again, yes, it is. But it's all about what the players do during those regular seasons, playoffs, and NBA Finals. Those great players. And I'm not talking about Steve Kerr and Robert Horry and those guys like that. I'm talking about superstar players, Hall of Famers, top 50 greatest, top greatest players of all time, franchise players. That's what I'm talking about. So let me know your thoughts on this. You know, let me know if you think championships are a team accomplishment. Do you think that the Kobe lovers or the LeBron lovers are saying this and that for this reason or that reason, whatever it is? Leave your comments below. Remember, if you say something good about Kobe or say something bad about LeBron or whatever you want to say, you can say it on my channel. It doesn't matter, because everybody has the right to their opinion. And I know you're going to have a different opinion than me sometimes, and that's okay. All right? Thanks, guys.